Today we're looking at a black, red, and green Arcane Bombardment deck. You'll notice we've got a lot of one-of copies in here, and that's because I'm trying to take advantage of Pillage the Bog, a new plot card from Thunder Junction. Plot, of course, lets us play cards for free on a later turn, so perfect thing for either finding bombardment or casting once we've landed a bombardment. Perfect to go find bombardment or to cast after we play bombardment and go get the right card for the situation. Now, this deck isn't quick by any means, but you do get to play a lot of different cards in here, and it's the only deck that I've put together that has both push-pull, cease and desist, and flotsam and jetsam all together in one package. Now let's go see a few games with this deck over on the ranked standard ladder. Alright, let's see if this mess can actually work. Sure, we'll give it a go. We've got a flotsam and jetsam. All we need is one land. We can enable this Ancient Cornucopia. I swear, Magic has the best words sometimes. Let's start off with Ziatora's Proving Ground. We've got land number 3. We're a little hamstrung on turn 2, but hopefully we can come back from that. Ambitious Farmhand. Haven't seen you in a while. So opponent grabs a plains. Sulfurous Springs the draw. Well, there's our untapped land. Not sure if we're going to flotsam here. It's our only copy. It's very fun in the late game. Ooh, squee. That's interesting. Is this just Boros? I didn't think that the Convoke deck played Farmhand. Well, let's go looking anyway. We mill our one Slickshot. There's Pillage. Well, I think the options are Cornucopia or Pillage. Let's go Cornucopia. I have the feeling we're going to be losing some more life. And if they lay down a War Leader's Call, we're going to start getting pinged left and right. Yee, Welcoming Vampire. Draws a card. Squee making goblin friends. Not great. Not great. I think we tried a big score here. Okay, good. Takasi is welcome. Yeah, any kind of buffer for the team, and we need to use Charm. But I think we can weather this storm. Yes, down to 3. We're going to big score. Let's discard the Charm. We're definitely in board wipe territory. We'll gain our 1 life off of that. Another Pillage. So not the worst, and we've got a couple of treasures to work with here too. Opponent discarding the hand size because they've drawn so many cards. Alright, Pillage, now's your time. Yeah, we don't have time to plot it. Let's go look at the top 10. We'll gain 2 life off the Cornucopia. We need help. Burn down the house. Can we cast it? We can. Yes. Oh, Pillage. Coming in clutch there. Just a heads up, you might be seeing me play a lot of this card. I saw it during the spoiler season. I was like, that can't be right. You get to look at how many cards? For a deck builder like me that likes to stick a one-off copy in here and there and go finding the thing we need, that's like just candy. Sweet, sweet candy. Bam. So opponent discarding a Mondrak. So this must not be the Convoke deck. This is more of like an older tokens deck. Let's get Bombardment going and regularly cast Pillage. Gain our 2 life off the Cornucopia. Hey, we got Flotsam and Jetsam. Okay, well I think what we want to do is a little Mondrak. And as for Pillage... Let's see. Cease not very useful right now. We're kind of set up. Let's grab a Tear Asunder. Again, if War Leader's Call does happen to make an appearance, we can get rid of that. Oh, we got some removal. We do. Brutal Cathar. Exiles our ill-gotten Mondrak. We pick up a spell. Oh, so many choices. So, let's see. Let's Tear Asunder the Welcome. We can save the Play with Fire for the Cathar. And get our Mondrak back. We've got Pillage the Bog under Bombardment. Let's go steal some more things with Jetsam. Make sure we take action on the right thing. Oh, interesting. Jetsam's only 2 life anyway. Tell you what, let's take the Devilish Valet. I'm feeling devilish. I'm feeling like we're going to be stealing some more token creators, and I would love to smack the opponent with their own devil. Let's take a Lightning Strike, too. We just kind of need a general spell at this point. All right, get our Proving Ground down. English language words. I'm going to have some more coffee. We do have this clue available, too, to help us out if we start drawing nothing but lands. Ooh, more squee. Back from the grave. Who's coming over? Squee and the Cathar. So let's play with fire the Cathar. Run our bombardment list here. Ooh, double Pillage. And Jetsam. Cornucopia is going to happen. Yeah, we'll just do that. Free Virtue sounds pretty good. Let's do that. Let's get push, pull. And finally, let's just take another small spell. So... oh, come on. Okay, that's on me. Opponent gets their own Mondrak back with the Brutal Cathar. We're gonna actually drink this coffee now. It's fine. Oh, dear viewers, you put up with a lot from me. I appreciate it. All right. Well, good news is we're pretty well set up. Opponent doesn't have a lot of extra mana available. They're making Mondrak indestructible for some reason. Well, let's go digging with a clue. I mean, I'm not too worried about Mondrak. We do have a Tear Asunder hidden away in the graveyard. Opponent does still have a few things. We actually might be able to steal their own Cathar and exile Mondrak off of this Jetsam that's under bombardment. I thought we were going to be cheeky and just make a bunch of tokens here, but let's push-pull a couple of things back and see how many creatures we can get into play this turn. Let's see. Go play with fire on the Squee. Pillage the Bog. Jetsam. Opponent with the nice. Yeah, it shouldn't work, but it is kind of nice when it does. Let's take a Lunarg Veteran. So Valet is going to get a little bigger. Don't have the mana for a burn down the house. Let's just take an Edict. Yeah, I'll just take another Edict. Yeah, an opponent sees a lot. Good game there. All right, we'll keep this. Things to play on 2 and 3 into a Chandra on 6. Hopefully our deck fills in the gaps along the way there. Play with fire. Land number 3 from the opponent. Those are some nice plains. All right, land number 3 from us. I'm content to sit here playing lands as long as you are. Ooh. I have not seen Kutzil's Flanker before. An interesting 3/1 creature with some options. Let's go ahead and play with fire that. Obscura Storefront. Goes to grab an island and opponent just passing it back. Alright, well, let's play land number 4. If they do nothing, we might just fire off this charm. Otherwise, we've got plenty of edicts to take care of any big things they might play. Jace, okay. Gonna make us mill 3. Alright. We lose a couple of things. Let's go ahead and edict Jace. Alright, draw for the turn. There's land number 5. Excellent. Now we can charm and edict at the same time. Well, opponent doing nothing. Let's take a look at the top of our library. Let's see, we've got our Show-Off, but we can't plot it since it's not in our hand, I believe. Or can we? Pick your poison, not really going to help. Actually, big score might be the way. Who am I kidding? Big score is always the way. Alright, great. We get our land drop. Let's go for the Slickshot. Oh, I guess we can't plot it. Okay. Opponent responds with a Memory Deluge. Is this some weird control deck that's running Kutzil's Flanker? Is this some weird control deck? Call back to, what's that, Fred Savage and the Princess Bride? Is this a kissing book? Opponent, are you pulling a fast one on me? Alright, hits our Slickshot Show-Off with a Get Lost. It was worth a try. Opponent with a cut your losses on us. So we mill half our deck. Okay. Well, looks like the coast is clear. Let's land Chandra.
Enough talking. Let's do this.
I think it makes sense to just add some mana for the moment. Let's just double lightning strike our opponent. If they're a mill deck, we kind of need to speed things up on our side. Start throwing some more burn at the opponent's face. Wasn't there a Princess Bride secret layer that they came out with? Or has that not been released yet? I still haven't purchased a secret layer myself. They look kind of interesting, but I'm always like, oh, that looks neat, like right when they announce it, and then I forget about it, and it gets released, and I'm like, oh, well, clearly I didn't need it that much. Opponent deluging here. Come on, opponent, what do we got? The longer you take, the more I get to talk about random movies from the 80s that are somehow getting secret layer treatments in Magic the Gathering 30-odd years later. Go double burn down the house, make some devils. Hit our opponent for 6, knock him down to 12. Suppose we should have put these map tokens on the devils first. That's a little oops. Yeah, let's put Pillage away. We've kind of got enough to do at the moment. Keep developing these lands. Alright. 11 cards left in the deck, so Jace wins them the game. Sunfall removes our devils and escapes all of their triggers. Alright, opponent. Yeah, I know some folks have asked me to play Cut Your Losses before, and I've tried it. And I love a mill deck. But all those cards that like mill half of the opponent's deck, most of them are just a trap. Because you still need something else to finish the job. Let's double up a Pillage here. Okay. I think I want Burn Down the House. Yeah, let's take a bombardment just in case they get rid of Chandra. We've seen some get losts. Yeah, might as well. They might have a counterspell waiting for it, but they're also kind of threatening. Ooh, now they've got the negate. Okay. Well, that kind of simplifies our decision process. Let's add some mana with Chandra. We can Tear Asunder the regular version on that token. Pass it on over. Keeping up Assassin's Trophy and Edict. Again, Jace still just gets us. That might be what they're digging for. Yeah. Alright, go ahead, opponent. Opponent taking a long time. That's a good thing for us. That means I can try to recount the cast of The Princess Bride while we sit here waiting for our opponent to make a decision. All right, so we know Fred Savage, Peter Falk played the grandpa. Obviously, Andre the Giant as Fezzik. We've got Mandy Patinkin, fantastic Broadway voice as Inigo Montoya. Oh, who played Vicini? What's that guy's name? Oh, it's going to drive me crazy. Myers? No. Wallace. Something Wallace. Benjamin? No. All right, let's double up a Burn Down the House here. If we can land any of these devils, that's a great threat to our opponent. Something Wallace. Pretty sure that's it. Opponent thinks they're 3 steps ahead and counters the original Burn Down the House. We still get the copy. And I also have a backup copy in my hand. But before we do that, let's activate Chandra's ability. Okay. Good game, opponent. All right. Back to the Kamigawa board here. Play Ziatora's Proving Ground. I mean, turn 2, I'm not doing much. Let's play the other Proving Ground. Sometimes I like to wait on it and cycle it if we happen to draw a glut of lands. Okay, opponent definitely looks to be on mono black at this point. Ooh, Flesh Gorger. Alright, well, obviously that resolves. Let's play the Riveteers Charm here. Let's just make him sacrifice that straight away. Let's plot this Pillage the Bog, get ready for a future turn. Try and pick your poison in here as kind of a companion to Sheoldred's Edict. Make our opponent sacrifice some artifacts and enchantments, especially with things like Leyline Binding and Borrowed Time in mind. Insatiable Avarice. Discards Path to Peril. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, let's go a little more aggressive. Let's play Burn Down the House on some Devils. Maybe keep Tinybones as backup when these get removed. I mean, if they've discarded Path, they either have another path, or they could be leaning on Deadly Cover-Up, which is what I would do. Oh, they did have the backup path. Alright, well, 3 damage to our opponent then from all these devil triggers. Ooh, Arcane Bombardment, but we are a mana short. I'll tell you what, let's play out Tinybones here. And let's just pass. So if we can draw an untapped land, we can go Bombardment and then free Pillage immediately. Which is, you know, somewhat magical thinking sometimes, but, you know, I want to hold out for the good option. Opponent marches my Tinybones. That makes me sad. I don't think I've ever connected with Tinybones since this set launched. Little guy just eats removal left and right. Opponent with a cruelty. Are they going to reanimate Tinybones? No. Going to take a look at my hand. Well, I got bad news for you. Well, good news and bad news. Good news is you know it's in my hand. The bad news is you can't have it. Alright, well, pick your poison. It's your time to shine. Let's make our opponent sacrifice an enchantment. Bloodletter. Oh, could this be the combo? Let's get rid of that. Yeah, non-token creature. This could be. So Cruelty is a tutor effect. Avarice is another tutor effect. I've actually got some games I could probably edit at some point where I am playing much a similar combo in mono black. Okay, maybe not. They're just doing Avarice to draw. Graveyard Trespasser. That's great against me. See? Tinybones. They know I'm an Arcane Bombardment deck, and yet the first thing they pick is poor Tinybones. Let's play with fire that opponent and get a little scry here. Riveteers Charm. Let's put that to the bottom. Still holding out for land. Oh, come on, deck. Do we just pillage for it? Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Sure. All right. Eat 2 things out of my graveyard, opponent. Let's see what they go with. Burn Down the House and Edict. Good choices. They've already shown to be very vindictive, eating Tinybones straight away. And a full price Gorger. All right. Well, let's big score. Let's get rid of Necropsy since both of these guys are warded. There's the untapped land finally, and a Restless Cottage. Might be useful to start making some food in a few turns. Okay. Let's live the dream. It is time. Arcane Bombardment. Pillage the bog. Go. Activates bombardment for free. Pick your poison. Sure, we can make our opponent sacrifice an artifact. Looking at you, Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. And Pillage. So we'll look at the top 12 and pick one. Let's take a Charm. And we'll pass it back with this Edict ready to go. All right. And pick your poison, kind of turning it around pretty quickly there. All right, now opponent's going for it. Tutoring and drawing with Avarice. Tutor and then draw 3. They are getting a little bit low with that life total, though. Liliana, yeah, I guess that's all right. Gonna make us discard. Sure, don't think we need to respond to that. Let's just throw away the cottage. Let's cast Edict on the creature, since that's going to come attack my graveyard. Alright, we'll do... Yeah, let's just throw this at the opponent's face. Pick your poison, has no targets left. Land to the bottom. Trespasser gone. Oh, push, pull. What a draw. Let's go for it. Let's take Bloodletter and Gorger. And play with fire. Bring our opponent to 1. Don't need to do any of this. Land to the bottom. And so with Gorger and Bloodletter, that is what? 18 damage? Boink. Good game.